Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. The iconic, kooky, and creepy family from the New Yorker cartoons return in their newest animated film, as we follow Gomez, Morticia, Wednesday, and the rest of the clan on a family road trip. This is The Addams Family 2. I enjoyed the first Addams Family animated movie, as it had a very classic Addams storyline and plenty of solid gags and winning humor. While the sequel has its moments, I thought it was a bit of a step down. To start with the positives, we do get some amusing lines here and there, with Uncle Fester being the standout. His arc, with a science experiment gone wrong, gets the funniest moments in The Addams Family 2, in my opinion. I also found the film really came to life when the family winds up at a child beauty pageant, and some of that Charles Addams satire slips through. It's a fairly well-paced escapade too, and I really found myself annoyed with what was happening on screen. However, the story is not anything to write home about. While the first movie gave a decent amount of time to each of the family members, Wednesday is straight up the main character in The Addams Family 2. A large amount of the movie primarily revolves around her, and the story the filmmakers came up with wasn't all that interesting. There's a villain who did not really do it for me, and he just came across as a second-rate Chester V from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Which is odd because he's voiced by Bill Hader. I guess Flint Lockwood finally turned to the dark side. The movie is constantly throwing gags at you, but they're fairly obvious and some are just bizarre. There's one scene that's just a dance number set to I Will Survive. Plus there's some forced pop culture references like Gomez mentioning Amazon Prime and Billie Eilish at one point. The film also gets really schmaltzy, which feels like it runs counter to the whole Addams Family personality. In the end, I felt like The Addams Family 2 would have been more fitting as an animated television special, as the story does not necessitate a 90-minute feature. Next up, now streaming on Netflix, is the introduction of a new line of Hasbro ponies in My Little Pony: A New Generation. I admit I never got into the whole My Little Pony phenomenon back when Friendship is Magic hit. However, while A New Generation did not turn me into a brony, I did not mind the routes it took. What really took me by surprise was how much of a political commentary this movie is. I thought the concept of these ponies being separated off into different lands and being prejudiced against one another allowed the filmmakers to explore some interesting themes. The movie tackles subjects like fear-mongering and misinformation head-on, messages that are definitely relevant to today's times. One of the ponies even uses this pony distrust to his advantage to form an angry mob, complete with a musical number, of course. This is a musical, and the songs are appropriately catchy and bouncy and fit with what the characters are going through. I also did find myself laughing a number of times, primarily from the Sheriff Pony voiced by James Marsden. Yes, this is the second movie in 2 years where Marsden plays a policeman who's forced into a road trip with critters in order to retrieve shiny magical plot devices. What's that Dr. Doofenshmirtz line about the 2 nickels? I also thought the ponies were able to be distinct in their personalities and they had just enough development. And I was really impressed with the animation, which I felt actually reached the quality we normally associate with the likes of Pixar and DreamWorks, so well done to the artist at Boulder Media. However, I did have an issue with the pacing of the movie. The movie is definitely in a hurry to get through the various plot points that get the ponies from place to place. This is most prevalent in the middle act, which attempts to juggle multiple storylines. This really affected the pacing for me. Also, I know this is My Little Pony and this comes with the territory, but the candy-coated sweetness did start to grate at a certain point. With that said, I still found the characters to be likable, and that allowed me to tolerate a new generation. I imagine the movie will most appeal to fans of the franchise, with the film even starting with a little hand-drawn prologue involving the Friendship is Magic ponies. Overall, while My Little Pony: A New Generation did not convert me, I found it an okay little escapade. If you've seen the movie on Netflix, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.